Now a DAZN fighter. What were your thoughts when that news broke?
Listen, if you look to the careers of any big fighters in the States, and back in the day, HBO, Showtime, they'd be back and forth across the road every week. It seems like it's a very long-term deal. I don't know how long Anthony still wants to box for, but it seems like it's a career-long deal, so that sort of caught me by surprise. But yeah, hey, I think you'll look at Joshua's fights when you live in the UK, at least. You look at wherever he's boxing. So it's business, and that's what it is, and it's about maximising earnings in a career. And if that's the path he's chosen to take, that's their business. I think his management company 258 do a very good job, and I don't know who negotiated with who, or it was Eddie or Freddie Cunningham or how it worked exactly. There's lots of different versions I've heard, but no, congratulations to them. It seems like they've hit certainly a very big deal, and DAZN is an exciting place when you look at boxing, And
those are the words of Kalle Sauerland as he responds to Anthony Joshua's £100 million a year deal. And the question he sparks up is, how long does Anthony Joshua really want to box? Well, to answer that question, he could box as long as he wants to. And I don't even think it's really about boxing anymore. I think he missed the point. I think the point is, how long does he want to continue making money? Because he's a part of a platform now. He's more than just a talent. He's more than just a fighter. Because fighters get old, worn and torn, okay, wear and tear. And according to his deal, him being a advisor, that's on some Al Heyman type shit. I'm pretty sure it's linked to fighting, but he made sure that regardless of what happened in his career, he's going to make cheddar, okay? And I think a lot of people, are very surprised by it. I know I am, but then, if you connect the dots, you look at Anthony Joshua signing a lifelong deal with Eddie Hearn. I'm like, okay, what's up with that? I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. Then you're like, okay, it has to be more to that. I hope it is, because if it's not, dude, that's like, that's a lifelong contract is almost like, that's so final. Lifelong is so final, especially when you come to business, So there's no more Showtime, there's no ESPN, there's no other possibilities if you do that with Eddie Hearn. And we know Eddie Hearn has took over DAZN, so what's going on with DAZN? So it would make sense if Joshua left Sky Sports, if he's going to sign a lifelong contract with Eddie Hearn, because what would it look like him signing a lifelong contract with Eddie Hearn, and then Eddie Hearn took over DAZN and him staying on Sky Sports? It just doesn't really add up, so to speak. So for him doing that pretty much equals everything out, and that's the last puzzle piece that you have to understand to see what the big picture is with Anthony Joshua. And that is one of the biggest moves that I feel that he's made. $100 million a year. He does that 4 years. That's over Canelo Alvarez's salary. And I'm talking about the initial one. I'm not talking about the one that he re-signed. I'm talking about the huge one that he did. He signed for $365 million. Well, this is 100 million pounds a year. I would rather have 100 million pounds over $100 million. That's two different estimations. That's two different amounts. Okay. So, that would make him one of the biggest, highest paid sportsmen or sports figure in the history of boxing. And in fact, I'll go far as say this. Why do you think now Tyson Fury feels a need, him saying and stating, announcing retirement, him talking about exhibitions? Because Anthony Joshua signed that huge whopping whale of a deal. Okay, so he had to come out and say, you know what, hey, I'm back, I'm taking exhibitions. I'm not telling you who or what, but it's going to be huge. Why do you think it's a need to say that? Because he knows there's a need to still compete. And I'd say this, if Tyson Fury wants to compete financially, I think he should compete physically. Okay? Get in the ring with Anthony Joshua, show him who's best. That's one thing that Floyd Money Mayweather did with all of his rivals. Eventually, he fought them. You know, for a while, it was just him and Manny Pacquiao. Then he beat Canelo. Then Canelo came into power. Then Manny Pacquiao got older. Then Manny Pacquiao eventually retired. But what he did was he made sure he fought those guys to make sure he's like, I beat him easy. You know, so Tyson Fury, if he's going to be anything like Floyd Mayweather, I would suggest he takes that path. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Cal Sauerland speaking on the new deal with Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.